Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about the issue unfolding in the fascinating and dramatic world of ABC General Hospital. The storyline surrounding Willow, her mother Nina, and the complicated entanglements with Drew and Michael has captured the hearts and minds of viewers for some time. In this article, we will delve deep into the intricate narrative that has developed on the show, exploring the intense emotions, dramatic revelations, and the ultimate decisions made by the characters as they navigate betrayal, forgiveness, and the quest for a new beginning. In recent times, Willow has been on a journey of acceptance and reconciliation with her mother, Nina. This journey has not been simple or straightforward. Initially, when Willow discovered that Nina was indeed her biological mother, she experienced a profound sense of disappointment and denial. The revelation that the woman she did not fully understand to be her mother was actually her biological parent hit her with an overwhelming shock. This truth was something Willow was not prepared to accept, and the gap between her expectations of family and the reality of her situation seemed insurmountable. The struggle was not only with the facts of their relationship but also with the feelings of betrayal and confusion that came with learning such a truth. Despite the pain, over time, Willow began to see that Nina had always been there for her in subtle ways, often behind the scenes. While she was consumed with feelings of hurt and betrayal initially, Willow started noticing the quiet support and unconditional love that Nina offered without expecting anything in return. This gradual recognition and appreciation of her mother's silent sacrifices allowed Willow to slowly open her heart to Nina. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the walls of mistrust and anger started to crumble between them. Willow came to realize that despite the complex history and the many challenges they had faced, her connection with Nina was deeper than any feud. The relationship between Willow and Nina began to heal. They started to communicate more openly, share their fears and hopes, and build a bond that had been strained by years of misunderstanding. This process was slow and required patience, vulnerability, and a genuine desire to reconnect and move forward. Nina's understanding and compassionate nature gradually softened Willow's feelings of resentment. Willow reflected on their past interactions, acknowledging that there were many instances where Nina had acted in ways that may have seemed selfish or misguided, but always with her daughter's best interest at heart. As Willow's heart opened, so too did her heart begin to heal from the wounds of the past, allowing a new chapter of their relationship to bloom, one founded on truth, mutual respect, and love. At the same time, Willow's personal life was moving in another complex direction. She was also developing feelings of love and closeness with Drew, a man who had become incredibly important to her. Their relationship was built on shared moments of joy, heartbreak, and the promise of a future together. However, their situation was complicated. Willow was still technically married to Michael, a fact that loomed over her burgeoning relationship with Drew like an unresolved storm cloud. Willow and Michael, though not formally divorced, both understood that their marriage was nearing its end and that eventually, Willow and Drew would be the ones to solidify their relationship. This understanding was not free from tension and pain. It required maturity, acceptance, and the realization that some endings make way for new beginnings. As Willow embraced her feelings for Drew, she found herself caught in a whirlwind of emotions. She was both hopeful and anxious about what the future held. The idea of opening herself up to a new love while still tied to her past with Michael created an internal conflict that was difficult to navigate. The process of falling in love again, especially after the turmoil of her recent revelations about her mother, demanded a strength and resilience that Willow was just beginning to muster. However, just as things began to seem like they were settling into a new normal, a shocking revelation was about to disrupt Willow's world once more. There was a dark secret lurking beneath the surface, one that neither Willow nor the viewers had anticipated. Before Drew entered into a relationship with Willow, he had a history with Nina, a history that involved intense intimacy between Drew and Nina on multiple occasions. This revelation was not something that Willow could have imagined, and it represented a colossal betrayal by the two people she trusted most in her life. The moment when Willow becomes aware of Drew's secret affair with Nina is a turning point in her storyline. The shock of learning that her love interest had engaged in such a deeply personal act with her own mother is overwhelming. Willow feels an immense sense of betrayal and devastation. It feels as though the foundation of trust she had built with both Nina and Drew crumbles beneath her feet. The reality that the two people she had placed her faith and love in could have been deceiving her all this time is a blow that she could hardly bear. The gravity of this betrayal sends Willow into a whirlwind of anger, confusion, and heartbreak. The emotional turmoil that she experiences is palpable. Viewers can almost feel the weight of her anguish and the intensity of her feelings. Drew, upon learning of Willow's discovery, is filled with regret and attempts to explain and justify his actions. He tries to reach out to her with apologies, explanations, and promises of change. However, the gravity of his betrayal is such that Willow finds it impossible to move past what she has learned. Despite Drew's earnest efforts to reconcile and mend the fractures in their relationship, the damage has been done. Willow, feeling irreparably betrayed, decides that she cannot continue to be with someone who has deceived her so profoundly. Willow's decision to break off her relationship with Drew is a testament to her strength and self-respect. She realizes that trust, once broken so deeply, cannot be easily mended. The emotional wounds inflicted by Drew's actions are too deep, and she cannot forgive the betrayal that has fundamentally altered her perception of both Nina and Drew. In her mind, she cannot accept being with a man who has lied to her, who has stolen a piece of her heart only to cast it aside without remorse or sincerity. At the same time, Willow's feelings toward her mother, Nina, have also shifted dramatically. While there was a time when Willow was willing to forgive Nina's previous wrongdoings, believing that love and understanding could overcome the past, this latest betrayal is of a different magnitude. The sense of deceit stemming from her own mother shakes the very core of Willow's trust in the familial bond between them. Nina had been a figure of support and strength in Willow's life, yet this revelation exposes a side of Nina that Willow finds difficult to reconcile with the person she thought she knew. The realization that Nina has not only been untruthful but has also violated the sanctity of their relationship by hiding such a significant part of her life from Willow is almost too much to bear. Willow's feelings of anger and betrayal toward Nina are complex and multifaceted. There is a deep hurt in realizing that someone so close to her, someone she relied on and loved, could have intentionally deceived her. The journey towards acceptance that Willow thought she was making with Nina has now hit an insurmountable obstacle. No matter how much she might have loved her mother or hoped for reconciliation in the past, this betrayal crosses boundaries that she cannot overlook. It raises profound questions for Willow about trust, forgiveness, and what it means to love someone who has hurt you in such a fundamental way. The culmination of these events leads Willow to a definitive and life-changing decision. Overwhelmed by the betrayals and the pain inflicted by the two most trusted people in her life, Willow concludes that the best path forward is to leave behind everything that reminds her of the hurt and start anew. Determined to reclaim her life and find solace away from the turmoil of Port Charles, Willow decides to take a bold step. She will leave Port Charles with her two beloved children, Wiley and Amelia. This decision is not made lightly. Willow reflects on everything she has endured, the complex relationships, the betrayals, and the emotional roller coaster that has defined her life in Port Charles. The thought of leaving her home, where so many memories, both beautiful and painful, reside, is daunting. But it is also necessary for her own healing and for the well-being of her children. Willow feels that by departing from Port Charles, she can truly break free from the cycle of betrayal and heartache that has plagued her recent life. As Willow prepares for her departure, she envisions a future where she can start fresh, unburdened by the weight of past betrayals. The idea of a new beginning excites her, filled with the possibility of creating a life defined by honesty, trust, and genuine love. She dreams of a place where she can raise her children without the shadow of deceit hanging over their heads, where she can find a new sense of peace and security. Willow's decision to leave with Wiley and Amelia is both practical and emotional. Practically, she must consider the logistics of uprooting her life, finding a new home, and ensuring that her children feel safe and loved in their new environment. Emotionally, she faces the challenge of saying goodbye to a place that has been the backdrop for so many pivotal moments in her life. Yet, the prospect of a fresh start outweighs the sorrow of departure. Willow is ready to embrace the unknown, to craft a new life where she can heal and grow without the constant reminder of past betrayals. Throughout this journey, the support of friends and allies in Port Charles plays a significant role. Willow's relationships, though strained by the recent events, are filled with people who care about her deeply. Some may try to convince her to stay, to forgive and rebuild what was lost, but Willow stands firm in her decision. The path to healing is a personal one, and she knows that staying in Port Charles would only keep her tethered to the pain she is trying to leave behind. In making this departure, Willow is not just leaving a city, she is making a statement about her future, her values, and her resilience. It is an act of defiance against those who tried to hurt her and a declaration of independence. She chooses her own well-being and the well-being of her children over the comfort of familiarity, opting instead for a future filled with the promise of trust, honesty, and genuine connections. While the immediate future for Willow is focused on her departure and the challenges of starting over, the ramifications of her decisions will echo through her life for years to come. The process of rebuilding after such profound betrayals is not easy. It will take time for Willow to heal completely and for the wounds inflicted by Nina and Drew to fade. However, her determination and the love she has for her children provide a strong foundation on which she can rebuild her life. In the coming days and months, Willow will likely face a mix of emotions: hope, fear, excitement, and perhaps moments of doubt. The road ahead is uncertain, and the promise of a new beginning comes with its own set of challenges. Yet, Willow is steadfast in her commitment to creating a better life, free from deception and full of genuine love and honesty. As she moves forward, she will draw strength from her past experiences, using them as lessons to guide her in her new life. The story of Willow, Nina, and Drew is one of dramatic twists, deep emotions, and difficult choices. It reflects the reality that sometimes, the people we trust the most can hurt us in ways we never imagined, and that the path to healing often involves making the hardest choices. Willow's journey is a testament to the strength of the human spirit, the capacity for forgiveness, and the resilience required to start over. As viewers of ABC General Hospital, we find ourselves deeply invested in Willow's story. Her struggles mirror the complexities of real life, dealing with family secrets, heartbreak, and the challenge of moving on after devastating betrayals. The narrative paints a vivid picture of how relationships can be both a source of joy and profound pain. It illustrates how the process of acceptance, forgiveness, and ultimately choosing one's own path is often fraught with difficulty, yet necessary for personal growth and happiness. The intensity of Willow's emotions, her initial shock, the gradual healing with her mother, the blossoming of love with Drew, and finally the crushing sense of betrayal, are all portrayed with a realism that resonates with viewers. Through detailed storytelling, the series shows the myriad ways in which secrets and lies can erode trust and how forgiveness can sometimes be beyond reach. Willow's decision to leave Port Charles is not just a reaction to personal betrayal but a courageous step toward reclaiming her life. It highlights her desire to shield her children from the toxicity that has defined her recent experiences, striving to provide them with a better, more secure future. The emotional landscape that Willow traverses is filled with moments of introspection and heartache. At times, the weight of her decisions seems almost too heavy to bear. However, in each moment of despair, there is also a glimmer of hope, the hope for a future where trust is rebuilt, where love is genuine, and where the scars of the past no longer dictate the terms of her future. This hope is what fuels Willow's determination to move forward, to take Wiley and Amelia with her as she embarks on this new chapter. This storyline also opens up broader conversations about trust, betrayal, and the limits of forgiveness in relationships. When those we hold dear commit acts that deeply wound us, it forces us to re-evaluate our understanding of love, loyalty, and the boundaries we set for ourselves. Willow's experience serves as a poignant reminder that while love can heal, it can also break us if misdirected or betrayed. It challenges us to consider how we would handle similar situations, the criteria we set for forgiveness, and the importance of prioritizing our own well-being and that of our loved ones. The community of Port Charles, once a backdrop for Willow's life, now represents the chapters of her past that she is determined to leave behind. The relationships, the memories, both joyous and painful, will always be a part of who she is, but they no longer define her. Instead, she chooses to shape her narrative with the lessons learned and the strength gained from overcoming adversity. This decisive step to leave and start anew is empowering. It shows that no matter how deep the betrayal or how tangled the relationships become, there is always a possibility for a fresh start, a chance to rebuild one's life on one's own terms. As the series progresses, viewers will undoubtedly be eager to see where Willow's journey takes her next. The departure from Port Charles marks the end of a significant chapter but also the beginning of something new and unpredictable. The audience is left with a mixture of emotions, sadness at seeing a beloved character leave behind familiar grounds, but also hope and excitement for what lies ahead for Willow and her children. In her quest for a new life, Willow's story is far from over. The narrative sets the stage for future developments, how she adjusts to a new environment, what challenges she will face as a single mother seeking stability and happiness, and whether she will find new relationships built on trust and integrity. Each step she takes away from Port Charles is a step toward healing, a move away from the shadows of her past, and a stride into the light of a hopeful future. The unfolding events also leave an indelible impact on the viewers, making them question the nature of forgiveness and the strength required to rebuild one's life after being betrayed by those closest to us. Willow's journey is not just a storyline in a television series, it is a reflection of the human condition, encapsulating the struggles we all face when confronted with heartbreak, the need to protect those we love, and the courage it takes to step into an unknown future with hope and determination. As we look back at the events that have shaped Willow's path, from accepting her mother Nina despite initial reluctance, to falling in love with Drew while still entangled in her marriage with Michael, to the devastating discovery of Drew's betrayal and Nina's involvement, we see a tapestry of human emotions woven with threads of pain, love, anger, and resilience. Each moment, each revelation, and each decision reflect the complexities of relationships and the enduring spirit of a woman determined to forge a better future for herself and her children. In conclusion, the saga of Willow and ABC General Hospital is a poignant reminder of how relationships can be both fragile and unbreakable, how trust once broken can lead to life-altering decisions, and how the road to healing is paved with difficult choices. Her journey from despair to determination, from betrayal to the courage to start anew, is both heartbreaking and inspiring. As Willow leaves Port Charles behind with Wiley and Amelia, she carries with her the lessons of her past, the scars that have shaped her, and the hope for a future built on trust, honesty, and unconditional love. The viewers are left with a sense of anticipation for what Willow's new chapter will bring and a deep appreciation for the strength and resilience she has shown in the face of overwhelming betrayal. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for joining me as we explored this intricate and emotional narrative. Through Willow's experiences, we learned the value of self-respect, the importance of trusting our instincts, and the power of starting over when necessary. While the pain of betrayal can be immense, the journey to reclaim one's life and forge a new path is a testament to the human spirit's capacity to overcome even the most devastating of challenges. Stay tuned for more in-depth analyses and updates on the unfolding stories in ABC General Hospital, as we continue to uncover the lessons hidden within the drama and the triumphs of the human heart.